Good morning, my friends. Happy Wednesday. I didn't remember to post yesterday to let you know that I'd be on here this morning, but here I am. So I'll wait to see who comes on. Good morning. Hi, Michael. Hi, Pam. Hi, everybody. Oh, good. Yeah, I forgot to post that I was going to be on here. I had a crazy day yesterday. Hi, Susie. But here I am. Ready to go. Hope everybody's doing well. I think I'm excited to paint. I already dove into a project. I'm working on some stuff for the Rittenhouse Square Fine Art Show. I'm on the board and I'm downloading all the images for the people that are going to be in the show in the spring. So, yeah, my brain's kind of in computer mode already. I try never to do computer things first thing in the morning. I try to do creative things, but sometimes I find myself sitting at the computer way too early. Now let me turn this around. So this morning I'm gonna paint these Crocus. That's what they're called, right? Oh, you're watching from Barbados. How lovely. Good morning, Irma. Hi, Sherry Bear. I saw you come on. I took this photo on a walk the other day. It's been warm enough to go for walks, which I'm loving. So I like this image because, well, of course, the reason why it's so pretty is because they're complementary colors, the yellow and the purple, violet. But also because of the strong shadow and highlight areas. Good morning, Janice. Hi, Susan. Okay, so now I'm going to mix up purples, which is really fun. I'm going to try and push the envelope a little bit of the colors that are going on in there. Oh, and look, I got a new fancy light here, so hopefully you'll be able to see better. We'll see how this happens. I was invited to paint live at a fundraising event for a Waldorf school here in Lancaster, pretty soon. I think it's like next weekend or something. And because I've never done that, like painted at an event, and it'll be dark in the room. Oh, the flowers are crocus. It's like one of the first flowers besides the hellebore that comes up in the springtime, very early. Anyway, so I bought a new light because I thought if I'm in a space, now I'm not going to be able to, hi Allie, I won't be able to read your notes until I stand up and get my phone again. But, this is the palette knife I used to clean my scraper. This is the palette knife I like to use. Anyway, I don't even know if I finished that thought, but whether I did or didn't doesn't matter, does it? I have no idea. Oh, look, I mixed some gray paint and it was on my palette knife. But that will desaturate that color very nicely. Look at that. That's kind of just what I needed. I'll clean it off now. That was a little crazy. Now I'm going to put a little red in there. That's probably too red. No, there is a little bit of something in there that's pretty red. Maybe we'll hold on to that and then go later. Might need a different yellow, but I should be able to make it work. I kind of like to keep my palette as simple as I can. That's really nice. Just get a little bit of this lemon yellow in there. Anyway, I don't know if I finished my thought, but I bought that new light because I'll be painting at an event, like in a darker room. And I'm kind of excited about it. It's something I would have never bought for myself, but I should have a long time ago. So hopefully it won't put reflection on whatever for you to watch me. That's good. That's a nice amount of color there just for those little insides. Now I need a really dark, rich, dark. I have two. Oh, here I got this one out too. This looked kind of fun, this manganese violet. It's a good excuse to play around with some violets. It's a little bit more red. We'll see what we get. I'll clean this off before I dip it in. I'm gonna get, this is French ultramarine blue. And I feel like I need to desaturate that a little bit. It's very dark. Maybe I'll hold on to that and then I'll put a little bit of this gray that I mixed up into it. And in that case, I might as well just dive right into mixing purples because it went purple. Violet. I did a lesson inside of Inspiring Art about purples. I call them purples, but really they're not purple, they're violet. On the color wheel. I can't remember what purple was. That's a nice desaturated. I feel like I need a little more of that. It's a little more blue. So that's a little too blue. I'll put some of this a little bit toward red in there and see how it goes. Still a little bit more of this, I think. I'm holding it up to my image. All right, that's a nice one. They're similar, but that's more desaturated. So I'll mix one that's a little more toward blue, and then mix one that's a little more toward pink. So those are nice toward blue. I'm going to clean that off and put a little bit of white in there. So yesterday I had to go and pick up artwork I had hanging at a retirement community near me called Willow Valley Retirement Community. It's a beautiful place to retire and live. And I picked up some paintings that I had hanging there and I sold a few, which is always exciting. It's kind of a bonus. Now that, I don't know, I kind of like that. I might just keep that kind of pure what it is. Maybe just a touch of violet in there. And then I'll lighten this a little bit. So that's more red and that's more blue. But to lighten that, what do I want to do? I guess I can use the color that I've been mixing here is this Old Holland violet gray, which is nice, but that might pull it more toward the blue, but we'll see what happens. Always fun to see. Oh no, it looks completely different. Oh, that's lovely. Take more of that and maybe some pink. Let's see what this does. That's Permanent Rose. Yeah, lovely color. They look very similar. Let's take this and a little white. I'm going to clean off my palette knife. Do I want white? Yes, I do. I do want white. I was thinking about using more of a yellow white, but that's going to desaturate it. And then the lighter colors, I want it not to be desaturated. Oh, that's nice. A little more white. It's a pretty palette. A lot of color there, but we'll see what happens. I'll just do a little pink in there. 'Cause why not? really got a lot more pink than I thought it was going to. I don't really think I need that color, but we'll see. Maybe we'll add it in for a little something extra fun. And I think that's good. Okay, I can read your comments now. I'll look to see if anybody asked me anything. Get this back in here. All right, can you see that okay? I can pull this in a little. I was working on a wedding portrait commission for someone, and I have my easel a lot closer to me because when I'm working on something so tiny and something I have to be really tight with, I always pull my easel closer to me. Okay, I don't think I see any questions. Let me know if there were any. All right, do I want to put an overall color in the background? Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I'll put, I like this manganese violet. I think it's transparent. Let's try it. We'll do that in the background, and then I'll wipe out and put some Indian yellow where the yellow spots are, and then dive in. Or should we let's do blue. That might be fun. Here I just put that color out, and or a little mix. All right. I don't know. That's how I always start. I don't quite know what I'm doing. I just play. I'll do a little bit of both in there. So what's new with everyone? Working on anything fun? I've been prepping panels to paint large and just haven't dove in yet, but I'm hoping to this weekend. I have some free time. Almost forgot it was Wednesday. Good morning, Barb. It's crazy when the days blend together, isn't it? I never thought that would happen to me, but they are sort of very similar. All the days, even the Saturdays and Sundays feel the same. Should I put a little bit more of this? Or maybe a little pink. Why not a little pink? Anyway, okay, let's get some Indian yellow in the spots. I've only been working on some felting sculptures. Oh, isn't that fun? Oh, Anita, I always want to try felting. Jennifer says I have an art fair in my town on April 5th and 6th, my favorite. Oh, that's exciting. Is it indoors or outdoors? Getting ready for art fairs is a lot, isn't it? But that's so exciting. That's the best way to get your art out there. And still lots of shells. Oh, were you in Sanibel? Are you guys talking about Sanibel? I might regret doing this, but we'll see what happens. Because when I go back in with the violets, when I pick up these yellows, it could compromise my violets a little bit because it's the complement color. But we'll see what happens. All right, now I need a sip of my water or my coffee. In park under oak trees, beautiful venue. Oh, Jennifer, you must be where it's warmer than here. That will be fun. I can't see my grid. That was the downside to the way I started here. It's okay. I learned this morning I've been accepted to the Niantic Art Show in July. Oh, Sylvina, that's so exciting. Congratulations. And when did you say that? In July. And where is that? I'm getting a little precious here with what I'm doing. see here. Oh, in Connecticut. Oh, wonderful. That's fun. Yeah, I guess now's the time you start to hear if you get accepted into shows. I always kind of forget about it, and then, you have to keep an eye on it if you're worried about getting like a special booth or anything. You can't miss the deadline or when they let you know. I'm just looking for my dark areas here. Is there glare? Just those little spots of the light. I hope you can see better. Can you see better than other Wednesdays? I'm hoping so. All right, I have to think more broadly about where my darks and lights are because I'm being a little too precious and it's getting in my way. I know where I'm headed here. So I'm going to block in a little bit more where my shadows are, not just my really, really dark areas. Just really want to think about where my shadow areas and highlight areas are. Keep it very simple. Because that is the key thing to pay attention to, and sometimes it's hard to see it or something. I don't know. Oh, I forgot pigment sticks, didn't I? Maybe that's partly of what my hesitation here is. Let's do some pigment sticks for fun. Because that's why we're here, is to have fun. Yeah, let's do some pigment sticks. Can see better. The polka dot reflections aren't a really important spot. Oh, good. Thanks, Ellen. Yeah, polka dots. We love polka dots. Yes, we do. All right, I'm getting out some pigment sticks because why not? So where's everybody watching from? I have a great big thing on my phone that says 11/8. I don't know how that came up there. I hope it doesn't record it with that on there. Do you see the date, or 8:18 a.m., March 26, 2025? Or do only I see that? I hope it's just me. Because I didn't even hit a button, so I don't know why that's on my screen. Let's keep this loose. Fun. A filter. Oh, Michael, do you see it? How did I get a filter? Oh, was it there the whole time? Maybe it was there the whole time and I never noticed it. Ugh. Well, what are you going to do? It's apropos of me that would just pop up out of nowhere. That's fun. I don't think I could put red. Maybe just no green. Didn't notice it until you pointed it out. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, well. What are you going to do? I don't know how to get rid of it without stopping the filming. So we're just going to live with it like that. All right. Oh, no. That's pretty fun. I'm not going to put green in there. I don't feel like it. I think green might be too off color from what we're doing here. Okay. Now where am I going to go with this? I always tell you I love a hot mess, but I got it going on here, don't I? Not sure. Now I feel like I have reflection there. That's better. This is all in shadow. Yeah, I really zoomed in on these flowers to simplify it. And well, I don't know. I think I'm really glad I did, because this is so complicated to think through where everything is. It's all good. Whatever happens is good. Trust the process. I'm having a sip of my coffee. What's everybody having? Coffee? Tea? Something fun? Kind of just dancing around here. I'm not quite sure what's happening. So Venus having tea. I ran out of my favorite tea, which is a funny thing for me to say because I don't really like tea, but I'm learning to. I ran out and I keep not being able to find it anywhere. So before I know it, I'll be out of the habit of drinking tea again. This needs to go there. Protein shake, that's good. Yum. Whoops, I lost something there from a pigment stick, I think. Pull that off of there. All right, I gotta stop and think about what I'm doing here. All right, so instead of thinking that this looks like a hot mess, I'm going to think this is the part that I love, where it kind of looks like an abstract something that you could print on sheets or something for your home that would be pretty. So I'm reframing it so that I'm not afraid of it, but I'm appreciating the stage of it. It sounds crazy, doesn't it? Sometimes you have to do that. Reframe, right? Isn't that what that's called? Reframing. I think I'll do the little centers last. A little bit more of that that kind of gray, that second color that I mixed is what I'm adding in now. It's kind of a more of a neutral color, which is always good to have some neutrals, because that's what helps make the bright colors pop. Outdoor patio pillows. Ellen, it would. Isn't that fun? I'm ready for some outdoor weather. It's coming. I heard this morning when I was waking up, I heard what are the birds that fly south? I can't even think of what they're called right now. That's terrible. But anyway, I heard them flying home, I believe. That was that nice sound. Oops. I was just getting a little darkest dark right there. Guess I could add some of those really darks in at the very end too. Canadian geese, that's it. Thank you very much for that. That thought left my mind. The Canadian geese were flying over. It was a nice sound. This is taking a lot more thinking than I thought it was going to be a pretty simple subject, but it's far from simple. Sometimes you just never know. You could choose something to paint and you think it's going to be simple and easy, and it's like the complete opposite. But that's how you learn. Is I was thinking it would be interesting to paint something where like I'm painting this kind of a medium tightness. If I painted just one flower, one petal, then I pulled out and painted it a little more complicated. Then I pulled out further and painted it even more. Good morning, Emily. I think that would be an interesting practice to see what you would learn from that. All right, I need to feel a little more secure about where this flower is living. This petal, no, the whole flower. I think it's this that's throwing me off right here. All right, I'm seeing it a little bit better. I might have to get some of those lightest lights in there because I'm kind of not seeing where I'm headed here or something. So I'm going to do that a little bit. It was just getting too, that I couldn't see where I was going. I couldn't see the forest for the trees, so I needed to put a little bit of lighter lights in there. Because sometimes it's hard to envision where I'm headed. That helped a little bit. Goes up like that. All right, I'm seeing it evolve a little bit. The lights give it direction. Yes, I was directionless there for a couple minutes, wasn't I? Not a good thing. And part of the trick is recognizing that that was the problem, that I couldn't see where I was headed, so I needed to add lights in. I try to do them at the very end, but sometimes that isn't the best answer. Not when you can't find your way. Oh, I hear the birds chirping. Nice sound. So what else am I up to? I'm getting ready for a show called the Historic Yellow Springs, and it's kind of near Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. And it's a fundraiser show for a really cool arts community. And what they do is have an art show, and you have to be juried into it. And so I'm getting my paintings ready to take to that. Curious, do you ever redraw with a Kemper wipeout tool like Drummond? Oh, I haven't, but that's not a bad idea. That's a good idea to do that. Ellen, I could try that. In this case, I feel like if I did that, it would be too strong maybe for what I'm doing. Like I'd start coloring in, although I love coloring in. I love coloring. Something so satisfying about coloring something. Like I could still color in it. I have an app that's coloring in images, and it's, not a real good use of time, but it's so calming to color things in. I guess that's really what painting is. You just don't have lines that you're filling in. You can make them. Oh, that looks like very bright. Getting ahead of myself. I don't need to put those in yet. All right. Let me do some more lighter lights. That looks kind of cool. I do like the mix of colors in the background. Maybe it was just already time to put in the lighter lights. Not sure. Taking shape. It's luminous. Thank you. It certainly had a crazy phase there where I didn't think I was going to pull it together. I'm not sure that I know now that I am, but I'm trying. It's great for removing paint, like an eraser painting over. Yes, I do love the Kemper wipeout tool. It is a nice, and using the squeegees too is really fun. It's also something I could do, but I feel like that's too big of a commitment for the phase that I'm at here. I feel like that blue's a little strong. This malachite green, I guess it really is. Soften that a little bit. Anita, thanks for the vote of confidence. Anita said incredible. I always forget. I saved this and put it on my YouTube channel. I updated my computer the other day, and now I got logged out of YouTube. So I've got to figure out how to get myself back in there in my spare time. I don't know what I was going to say there, but I upload these to my YouTube channel. So I always have to remember that people watch them after the fact. So if you guys are making comments and I'm answering things, I always have to kind of repeat myself so that people watching it later know what I'm talking about. That's a hard thing to think about. Let's put a little of that pink in that we mixed for fun. Oh, the pink's nice. I still have to do the middles. The middles, the stamens, is that what they're called? I have no idea. Let's give them a little pop. Just adding a little bit of violet in there, and then I'm going to go in and add some pop of color there. Yeah, the pink made a difference, didn't it? It's funny. Well, that's inside of Inspiring Art, we were working on analogous colors, and that would be what that did. That was an analogous color that we added, and added a pop of interest that just using the colors that we actually see in the image didn't give us. Okay, what am I missing? What do I need to do here? I love suggestions. I know I have to do the centers. I still didn't do that. I like the blue down in here. This I could push back just a little more. It's like I can't get that darkest dark. I'm looking to see if there's any highlight. Right here is an important little bit. I needed that. And then this could go just a little. Oh, that helped. Yep, we needed that. And I might need a little of that right here. And a little bit right there. A little lighter light. And I could do my very little yellows. What do you think? This is confusing right here. This should go back. Now let me get something dark here. That was a little confusing in there. All right, let me do my little touches, and I might be finished. I don't know. Maybe just a little bit more pink up in here. Ooh, that was reckless, crazy. Do I like that? Yeah, I do like that. Although it got a little stripe to a little something there. I could fuss with something forever, but I'm at that point where I think I'm changing things, but it's not getting any better. So maybe I need to put my highlights in there and move on. Michael says, I never understand how you do this so fast. I might still be mixing colors. Well, the more you do it, the faster you get at it. That's for sure. You paint such complicated things. This is such a simple subject. Yeah, I think part of my problem is I don't do anything slow. I feel like I hurry through life. I've been doing it for so long that I don't know how not to. And that's not a good thing. Oh, that's so pretty. Michael says simple, that's complicated. Yeah, it is more complicated than I thought it was going to be. But if I fuss with it, it'll lose its freshness. All those petals seem, yeah, they are complicated. You're right. Anita said, yeah, just make it look so easy and it turns out great. Yeah, it's staying confident. I think it's staying confident. It's not easy to do. And like I was telling myself when I got afraid in the middle of this, not to be negative, just to think that it's that fun, messy middle, and it's okay. Huh. What do you think? Am I there? Does it need a little kiss of anything else? There's a little touch there. That's really this red that I don't have anywhere. It's so pretty. Okay, anything else? I'm squinting at it to see if I'm missing any other light areas. See if there's anything else I need to add. I went from looking like a purplish blue blur to striking loveliness in the blink of an eye. Thanks, Barb. Thank you. Yep, getting through that messy middle. I don't really think I need to do anything else to it because it'll lose that freshness. So I'm going to sign it with the Kemper Wipeout tool. And call it a day. Trying to think if there's anything I forgot to tell you. So there's my reference image, which these are all over the place right now. And then, let's see. Oh, that's too much light. Show you like the little bits up close. So I love when you're up close and all you see are brush strokes, and when you pull back, it looks like the image. Always my goal. And then there's my palette. I did make a little bit of a darker red there. That was it. So thanks for coming and hanging out with me today. I will save this. It'll be on my YouTube channel if you want to watch it again. There's other ones up there too, like 5 years worth of them. It's crazy that I've been doing this on Wednesday mornings. I started on Thursdays. I've been doing it on Wednesdays, but I do this every Wednesday at 8 a.m., almost every single Wednesday of the year. Sometimes I forget to post to let you know that I'll be doing it. And if you'd like to be on my newsletter list, just send me your email. I'd be happy to add you. And thanks for hanging out, guys. I hope you have an amazing day, and we'll see you again next week. Yeah, next week, not next year, next week. Bye. Thanks. Have a great day.